All right, we are at 10. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Blow that. Boom. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you feel me? You feel me? Hey. Go ahead. No. You right you was right the first time. There you go. Now state your registry.
Yalla Banyashkar Banyasha Allah.
You call Yalla Banyashkar Banyasha Allah. Now go ahead. In the Barak.
Yabashim Shabakta.
Yabashim Shabakta. All right, you can go ahead and come up here. Layashala.
Banyashala.
Layashala. Take it to the face. There we go. That's crazy. Turn it a little, like towards me, like towards that way a little bit, a little more. There you go. Still full screen. No. Over your right shoulder out, right shoulder. We should told you. Yeah, careful not to let it rub against the wall either. And you want to hold it right here. No, like with two hands. No, not like that. Like, there you go. There you go. So you want to hold it, and I don't know what happened. Okay. Look. We gotta do better with this. The scroll ain't cheap, man. All right. Hard sweat and pain and all that. Sweat and blood, and just blood drops on there. It's like, do I need to blow the corn again? No, you already blew it. All right. Well, sorry, guys. All right, Amadium, Sar, which means turn. Yapanya Hakwadam, which means face the east. We're gonna start with the prayers, all right? In the Lashwan Kodash and then in the English. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Haya. Shimka. Yahweh. Malakuka. Taba'a. Ratazaka. Haya. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kuwa. Haya. Bashamayim. Lathalano. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalakno. Kabawafno. Kasalakno. Kabawafno. Wala'a. Tabi'a no. Banasaya 1. Abal. Hawashai no. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Watapara. La'aywalamyam. Aman. Right, now we're going to do the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Next up is the power prayer. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Baba Kushah.
Baba Kusha.
Nathalano.
Nathalano.
Haka.
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 Lara Pa'a.
Lara Pa'a.
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Kal Madawa.
Kal Madawa.
Haka.
Haka.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Hamatazarayim.
Hamatazarayim.
Haka.
Haka.
Lahaquim.
Lahaquim.
Hamathium.
Hamathium.
Haka.
Haka.
Al-Rauchawa.
Al-Rakawa.
Hatama Allah.
Hatama Allah.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
Now we're going to do the power prayer in English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
All right. Next up is the blessings prayer. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Wamayaka Allah.
Wamayaka Allah.
Why Allah Hayam.
Why Allah Hayam.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Allah Wap Yahana.
Allah Wap Yahana.
Ha Allah Wapyam.
Ha Allah Wapyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Hakwatazayanyam.
Hakwatazayanyam.
Hakal Yayalyam.
Hakal Yayalyam.
Ha Akwathim.
Ha Akwathim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
I'm going to do the breakfast of the I.S.U.P.K blessing prayer in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohana.
Commanding General Yohana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
Troopers.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalm chapter 121 in the Hebrew first. Asha.
Aisha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Haharyam.
Al-Haharyam.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Isaiah.
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 Ma'aim.
Ma'aim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayan.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lama Wat.
Lama Wat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'a.
La'a.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayara.
Wayara.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makal Rai.
Makal Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Ath Napashka.
Ashnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza Athka.
Tazaaka.
Waba Wa'aka.
Wa'aba'aka.
Maitha.
Mayatha.
Wa'aim.
Wa'ain.
Iwalam.
Iwalam.
Now we're going to do Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes.
I will lift up my eyes
unto the hills.
unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer.
He will not suffer
thy foot to
thy
be
foot
moved.
to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold,
He that keepeth Yasharallah.
he that keepeth Yasharallah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalm chapter 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayah Lakah.
Al-Damayah Lakah.
Al-Thakarash.
Al-Thakarash.
Wa al-Thashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al.
Al.
Kaya,
Kaya,
Hana,
Hana,
I.S.U.P.K,
I.S.U.P.K,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
I.S.U.P.K,
I.S.U.P.K,
Ya'ai-Rayamwa,
I.S.U.P.K,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Ya'ai-Tazawa,
I.S.U.P.K,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
I.S.U.P.K,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Lakawa,
Rakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Wanakasyadam,
Magalia,
Magalia,
Wala'a,
Walala,
Yazakar,
Yasakar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Iwada,
I.W.D.A,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa'ai Tazawa,
Nawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al-Yaka,
Al-Yuka,
Bar-Yath,
Bar-Yath,
Yakarathwa,
Yaskarathwa,
Ahalia,
Ahalia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa Yashamayala,
Yashamayala,
Yam Mawa'aba,
Mabawabwa,
Wahagariam,
Wahagariam,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'aimawan,
Wa'aimawan,
Wa'aimalak,
Wa'aimalak,
Palashath,
Palashath,
I'm Yeshabia,
I.S.U.P.K,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gam Yashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya,
Labanya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadian,
Kamadian,
Kasaya, Sara'a,
Kasaya Sara'a,
Kayabian,
Kayabian,
Banachal,
Banachal,
Kwayashwan,
Kayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan,
Bayan,
Da'ara,
the Ira,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
the Man,
La'adama,
La'adama,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yabmawa,
Nawa,
Ka'irab,
Kaira,
Wakaza'aba, Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazamanai,
Wakazamanai,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa,
Kalanakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nayarasha,
Nayarasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ath,
Ath,
Na'awa,
Na'awa,
Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Kagalgala,
Kagalgala,
Kakwash,
Kakash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Raraha,
Rawa,
Ka'ash,
Kaash,
Thaba'ira,
Tabaira,
Ya'ira,
Yaira,
Wa Kalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Thalahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Tharadapma,
Tharadakma,
Basa Iraka,
Basa Iraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapathka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Malala,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kalawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Bakwashwa,
Bakwashwa,
Shumka,
Shumka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahalwa,
Bahalwa,
Ayayin,
Al Ya'ai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Kaparwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Da'aiwa,
Da'aiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shumka,
Shumka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Al Yawan,
Al Yawan,
Al Kalha,
Al Kaha,
Arataza.
Arataza.
Now we're going to do Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still,
And be not still,
O God.
O God.
For lo,
For
For
lo,
lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken the crafty counsel
They have taken the crafty counsel
against thy people,
Against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
And
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They
have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel
That the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may
may
be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For
So
they have
they
consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are
confederate
confederate
against
against
thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gebal
Gabal,
and Ammon
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur has also joined with them.
Ashur has also joined one with them. They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As Jabin.
At the brook of Kasan.
At the brook of Kasan.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles.
Make their nobles.
Like Oreb.
Like Oreb.
And like Zeeb.
Like Zeeb.
Yea.
Yea.
All the princes of Zabah.
All the princes of Zabah.
And Azamuna.
And Azamuna.
Who said.
Let us take
to ourselves the houses of God.
The houses of God.
In possession. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As far as the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. And they may seek thy name. O Lord. Let them be confounded. And troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Art the most high. Over all the earth. Load that one more time. With that, we can shop you. Which is the sit. Oh. Man, I always forget. I don't know what happened, bro. It was fine last week. Mashabia was going to sit. You got enough room? Am I on camera?
Yeah, you good.
Hey, how about you me a shot rocket thumb to all the brothers? Yahweh Shamar Lathan by Shimmy Yahweh Shai to all the sisters, right? We're the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. You know what I mean? And we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans the truth of the Bible since 1969. Giving Blacks, Hispanics their culture. You know what I'm talking about? Giving Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans their culture, something to live for. You know what I mean? Instead of just dying for America, they can live for the Most High. Let me get the sunshine out. They can live for they can live for the Most High and live for their brothers and sisters and live for their nations. You know what I mean? Like I always say, man, the Sabbath service is ancient. It's just as ancient as the you want to know how important the Sabbath day is? When you go to Passover, do a feast of unleavened bread, any high holy day in Leviticus 23rd, it's a Sabbath day. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's constructed like a Sabbath service. That's how important the Sabbath is.
Right.
The Sabbath ain't just a regular day. The Sabbath is holy. Separate, set apart from everything on this planet, man. You feel me? So when people go to church on Sundays and worship on Sundays and they do whatever, and on Saturdays they be at work and this, that, and all that, they're profaning the Sabbath day. You dig what I'm saying? And they're holding another day above the Sabbath day, man. Which is horrible. If you don't want to come to Sabbath service, you don't love your culture. You don't love your brothers. You don't love your sisters. You don't love your wife. You don't love your people. You don't love commanding General Yohana. You don't love none of the officers and none of the generals and captains and officers and troopers, and you don't love nobody but yourself if you don't come to Sabbath service. You dig what I'm saying? You feel me? This is where we learn our Hebrew. This is where we learn our language.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you don't come to Sabbath service, you don't come to the feast days, you don't know Hebrew. Mm-hmm. You don't know Hebrew. You can watch the classes all day long on the Lashawan Kodash, but if you don't come into Sabbath service and come to the feast days and actually try to read that, you don't know it.
Right.
And you never will know it because it's not important to you, because it's like a Christian church. That's what you're thinking, but it's not. This right here is the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge, where we teach the law, statutes, and commandments, and we teach our people their culture, their history, their laws, and the understanding of the Most High. Mm-hmm. This is their heritage that we teaching them. So for you to be able to teach somebody else this heritage, you're gonna have to come and learn this heritage. You're gonna have to come and learn this if you want to teach it. You can't just you can't what you want to be like a Christian pastor and look read a little bit, you know what I'm talking about, and then think you know the Bible and then want to go teach the Bible and then be like $4 dollar. Well, now that I know tithing is wrong, I've been teaching wrong for 30 years. You don't want to do that, do you? So it's important that you come to class and that you come to Sabbath service and you learn your culture. You can go ahead and turn it up. Turn it up, put it up 70. No, it's not. No, you know what I mean? It's very, 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 very important. You feel me? You understand that? Go ahead, up.
Just adding to your point, you know what I'm saying? Because you hit home on that at the beginning of every Sabbath service class. And the reason why that's so important for brothers to understand is he's not trying to, say get after anybody in particular. He's not talking about that. But he actually is showing love for your nation. You know, the scripture says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desire, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff. Meaning, you see all this destruction happening in this background we have right here? Why we have themes of apocalyptic destruction and things like that? Because that's the day of the Lord.
Right.
That's the day that we're preparing for. And we're gathering ourselves together to prepare for that day. Because the scripture also says that there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. And it is a righteous act to come to class. It's a righteous act to take part in the Sabbath service, to keep yourself holy on that day, to not be unclean. You know what I'm saying? To go to camp and sacrifice and do everything that it takes to make sure that this day does come to pass. Because it's not just going to happen with us just sitting around twiddling our fingers, sitting idly by, waiting for it to happen like the Christian church likes to do. We got to make it happen. It comes through our works. It comes through what we do when we build our nation. And it's a very serious thing. And that's why the brother brings it out every class is so on point, because that's showing love to remind you, to always remind you. Just like how you might have a family member that smokes cigarettes all the time and you constantly remind them, you gotta put that cigarette down before it destroys you. Well, you ought to come to Sabbath service so that it can heal you, so that you can be ready for when all these things come to pass. Which I don't know if you've been paying attention, but look at the world right now. It sure looks like it, right? It sure looks like it. Slock, go ahead, sir.
You do what I'm saying, and it's just that important, man. Because like, what if the Lord one day just be like, oh, you know what? Everybody that didn't do Sabbath service, didn't come to Sabbath service 20 times, you don't get the kingdom of heaven. You know what I mean? What if the Lord be like, oh, this Sabbath service is a commandment. That's a high holy day. That's you know what I mean? That's a mandatory. You dig what I'm saying?
Damn right.
So you know what I mean? Like it's very, 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 very important. You know what I mean? You don't want to get not destroyed, right? You want to raise your hand if you want to be destroyed with America. That's my point. That's my point. But if you do acting like Americans and not coming to Sabbath service, not keeping the Sabbath, not keeping the feast days,
right?
You know what I mean? You just a fake Israelite.
Mm-hmm.
You do what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You do what I'm saying? And we're the Lord's host. We're the Lord's army. You know what I'm talking about? Don't you want to be in the Lord's army? You want to be in the Lord's army? You want to be in the Lord's army?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? So you want to be in the Lord's army. Men in the army are on time. Men in the army are on point. Men in the army don't play that. You feel me? They take their job serious because it's life or death.
That's right.
They take their job serious. So you need to take your job serious and take the job of your brother serious. You feel me? So when your brother's slipping, you think your brother's falling. Hey, we got to do this. We got to do that. We got to be on point. You know what I mean? That's brotherhood and that's love, man. That's love. Love is not letting your brother slip by the wayside.
Right.
You know what I mean? Love is asking your brother, man, why you wasn't here on time, bro? What's going on? You good? You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, I couldn't find a ride, this, that, and this, that. Next time call me, bro. I'll come pick you up. I'll leave 20 minutes early just to come pick you up so we can both be here on time.
Right.
That's love. That's brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's brotherhood. That's it right there. That's what Christ died for, brother. For you to sacrifice a little bit so your brother can be here on time also. You know what I mean? That's what Christ died for. Christ died for you to sacrifice for your brothers and your sisters. You know what I mean? Like Jeremiah said, Christ died for you to get that small piece of chicken and let your kids get the piece of chicken first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why Christ died. Christ died for you to show compassion to others. Yeah, you the man of the house. You might want your plate first, but sometimes maybe the kids is hungry. You know what I'm talking about? God, go ahead and let them get the, you know what I mean? Give your wife the bigger piece of chicken. What's wrong with that? You feel me? You're the soldier. You're the one that going to have to suffer and go without. Y'all understand me? I love all y'all, brother. You know what I'm talking about? We can go ahead and start, Art.
Okay. All right. All right, so again, we get in the Bible Hub app. This is how we're going to keep track of, where we are. You want to go to the interlinear so we can pick up where we left off last week. We are in Genesis chapter 11, at the beginning of chapter 11. All right, so we just finished chapter.
What's up?
We had just finished chapter, huh?
No. 16. No, we doing the Hebrew first, and then we're gonna go to the book, the Bible.
16. Verse 16.
What are you talking about?
We're on Genesis chapter 11, verse 16.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because remember we got through.
Oh yeah, Eber. Okay, yeah, you're right.
16?
Yeah.
No, 14.
14. Oh yeah, because you was the last reader, right? We on 14. Y'all didn't mark it?
I did mark it.
Thought it was Mark. Well, that's right. You highlighted the whole verse.
Oh no, next time just highlight the number.
Yeah. So we on verse 15 then.
If you highlight the whole verse, I just think we something that we read. You know, or that, you know what I mean? That's a precept. That's what we think when you read the whole verse. I feel it.
All right. So again, we in verse 15. Let's go. And I'm, like I said, help you get through it. You got an iPhone, don't you?
Okay.
Yeah, it was weird on that.
Good.
But just, say we will give it a go here. So it says, Wahayawa.
Wahayawa.
La ma'a.
La ma'a.
Warath.
Warath.
So you said 15?
Yeah.
15 and 14.
No, Genesis 1 and Slacky. Did I say? My apologies. I thought it was on 11. Genesis 11 and 15.
Hold on now.
I thought I had clicked on it. Slacky.
Those aren't correct.
Genesis chapter 11, verse 15. Waya Chaya.
Wayakaya.
Shalah.
Shalah.
Let me see. So Acharaya.
Acharaya.
Hawa Yalad.
Hayawalad.
Hawa Yalad. Ath.
Ath.
Ibar.
Ibar.
Shalash.
Shalash.
Shanayam. Or Shanyam.
Shanyam.
Wa'arabai.
Waya Rabbi. Wa'a. Ra.
Bai.
Waya Rabbi.
Ma'awath.
Ma'awath.
Shana.
Shana.
Wayawalad.
Wayawalad.
Banyam.
Banyam.
Wabanawath.
Wabanawath.
That's in the verse 15. Verse 16. Wayachaya.
Wayachaya.
Ibar.
Ibar.
Arabai.
Irabai.
Washalashyam.
Washalashyam.
Shana.
Shana.
It's like a Wayawalad.
Wayawalad.
Ath.
Ath.
Palag.
Palag.
Verse 17. Wayachaya.
Wayachaya.
Ibar.
Ibar.
Akaraya.
Achaya. Raya.
Acha.
Acha.
Raya.
Raya.
Hawalayadwa. Hawa.
Hawa. Wala.
La.
La.
Yawa. It's like it. Hold on. It's Hawalayadwa.
Haya. Waladwa.
Yaladwa.
Yaladwa.
Atha.
Atha.
Palag.
Palag.
Shalashyam.
Shalashyam.
Shana.
Shana.
Wa Arabai.
Wa Rabbi.
Ma'awath.
Ma'awath.
Shana.
Shana.
Wa Yawalad.
Wayawalad.
Banyam.
Banyam.
Wa Banawath.
Wabanawath.
Verse 18. Wayachaya.
Wayachaya.
Palag.
Palag.
Shalashyam.
Shalashyam.
Shana.
Shana.
Wayawalad.
Wayawalad.
Ath.
Ath.
Ra'aywa.
Ra'ayawa.
A lot of these are very similar. You're starting to pick up on some of these words, right?
Come on.
Most High Christ. Wayachaya.
Wayachaya.
Palag.
Palag.
Acharaya.
Acharaya.
Hawalayadwa. Hawa.
Hawa.
Layadwa.
Salakia. Hawa.
Hawa.
Hawa. Layadwa.
Layadwa. Achad.
Achad.
Ath.
Oh. Ath.
Ath. Ra'aywa.
Ra'ayawa.
The Shai.
The Shai.
Shanyam.
Shanyam.
Wa ma'athai. Salakia. Wa ma'athayam.
Wa'amathayam.
Shana.
Shana.
Wa Yawalad.
Wayawalad.
Banyam.
Banyam.
Wa Banawath.
Wabanawath.
There it is. Okay. Verse 20. Wayachaya.
Wayachaya.
Ra'aywa.
Ra'aywa.
Shathayam.
Shatayam.
Washalashyam.
Washalashyam.
Shana.
Shana.
Wayawalad.
Wayawalad.
At.
At.
Sharawag.
Sharawag.
Verse 21. Okay. Wayachaya.
Wayachaya.
Ra'aywa.
Ra'aywa.
Atharaya.
Atharaya.
Hawalayawad.
Hayawayalad.
Where was I at?
Ath.
Sharawag.
Shayarawag.
See, yeah. And then Shabai.
Shabai.
Shanyam.
Shanyam.
Wa ma'athayam.
Waya matai tawam. Salakia. How do you say it again?
Wama.
Wama. Atha.
Yam.
Why Salakia. Wama.
Athayam.
Athayam.
All right. And Shana.
Shana.
Wayawalad.
Wayawalad.
Banyam.
Banyam.
Wa Banawath.
Wabanawath.
That's in verse 21. So now we're going to the English because we read like 7 verses at a time. So now go ahead and start in the English at verse 15.
What those spikes, G?
Salakia.
Well, boy, hit me with the whole spike. Wow, elbow, you feel me?
Oh, y'all got the same ones too.
Yeah, you know, somebody put that work in. You dig what I'm saying? Okay, so so right now we're just going over lineages, man. We're going over lineages, you know what I mean? Because lineage is very important, and right now we're getting the lineage of Abraham, right? You know what I'm talking about? Because later on they're gonna talk about we're getting the lineage of Abraham because they're gonna keep going. And we're gonna talk about Abraham's like where Abraham's wife and Abraham come from. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because Abraham is a descendant of Adam and the descendant of Noah, and he had the law, statutes, and commandments also. So he didn't take a wife from outside of his nation either. You know what I mean?
Right.
He married one of his people also, and that's just how the world works, huh? That's just how the world works. You know what I mean? But we're getting lineage because our lineage is very important. Like when we step up here to come up here to read, what we do, we read our lineage. We tell you our lineage because our lineage is very, 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 very important. You know what I mean? That's how we come from. That's how we know we got the stock. We come from what stock? We come from what family?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who was our fathers? Who was our father's father? Because let's say your father was a drug dealer, right? Let's say your father was a drug dealer and he raised you to be a drug dealer. So now we have to find out what stock you come from. Now we know that you was the son of a drug dealer. You know what I mean? And he raised you to be a drug dealer. But now let's say your father was General Muhammad. You know what I mean? And we know General Muhammad is raising his sons to be warriors and to be priests, right?
Right.
So now we know what stock you come from. You know what I mean? All right, it's very important. Let's go ahead and get to reading. All right.
What verse are you starting at?
You was in verse 15.
Oh, you started at verse 15?
Yeah.
What you gonna
Okay.
just all right? When you gonna go, just be like, no. All right. Go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 11, verse 15. And Salah lived after he begat Eber 403 years and begat sons and daughters.
400 years after he, like that boy right there, man. You know what I'm talking? Niggas, I don't know if you paid attention, but niggas in the Bible lived to 900 years old, almost 1,000, bro. You feel me? We just hope to make it to 52, and they live in the thousands years old. You know what I'm talking about? Thousands. It's still amazing to me. You know what I mean? I want to live to 1,000. I want to live to 956. You know what I'm talking about? How old was your father when he died? Oh, my father was about 973. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. You know what I mean? That's how our kids gonna be talking.
Right.
You feel me?
Come on.
You dig what I'm saying? They're gonna be talking like that, man. 973, bro. You feel me? How long? My daddy lived 974. You know what I'm talking about? For real? You know what I'm talking about? Shit. At 600, he was he was pumping out kids. Yeah, you know what I mean? At 600, he had 4 more kids, bro. He was still getting married and everything. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you feel me? You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's heavy right there, brother.
Yeah, it would be amazing to be able to live that long, huh?
Yeah. Hey, check your phone out.
Okay.
Verse 16. And Eber lived 430 years and begat Peleg. And Eber lived after he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters.
Right. So what? 430 and then 430 again. What's that? That's 860. And then look, so he had a child, right? And then 400 years later, he had another child. He still ain't. He had more sons and more daughters. He still ain't dead yet. You want to know why it says something about Peleg, right? But didn't say anything about the other sons and daughters,
right?
I don't know.
You don't know. What about you, Kepiar? Why is why is talking about Eber, right? And then why he specifically talked about Peleg and then didn't mention the names of the other sons and daughters. Anybody online though?
Were important, but these ones were. Like, these were their stories go further on. I guess.
That the Most High, he had people that he only wanted to deal with.
That's the excellent way of saying it. Say it more specific. Give me, just bring it home for me.
He chose them only.
He what?
He chose them only.
That's who the Lord chose. You feel me? The Lord chose Peleg and didn't choose the rest of Eber's kids. I feel it. Hey, you in the spirit, brother. You feel me? The Lord chose them. Just like out of everybody in Odessa, the Lord chose you.
Christ.
You know what I'm talking about? Out of everybody in San Antonio, the Lord chose y'all. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Lord chooses people from everybody else to separate everybody. Out of all Abraham's people, you know what I mean? He chose Abraham. He was like, you got a father, you got a mother, you got little brothers and little sisters, and you know what I'm talking about? You know who I choose though? I want you. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying?
Right.
I want you, bro. Go ahead, come on. You know what I'm talking about? We gonna get into it. Go ahead, let's keep reading.
Verse 18. And Peleg lived 30 years and begat Reu. Salaki, how do you pronounce that? Reu. And Peleg lived after he begat Reu 209 years and begat sons and daughters.
Right. So now, who after Peleg, right? Who did he choose from Peleg's children? That's who he chose, right? Because Reu, he chose Reu, and then he got more sons and daughters. Peleg got more sons and daughters, so he was like, I don't care about them. I want to deal with Reu, which is another firstborn. You know what I mean? The Lord likes firstborns. Sometimes he don't only choose firstborns, but he likes firstborns. You feel me?
I was the firstborn.
Most high in Christ, but hold that to yourself. You feel me? We don't have to know your whole life story. We teach in class. All right?
Verse 20. And Reu lived 230 years and begat Serug. And Reu lived after he begat Serug 207 years and begat sons and daughters.
All right. Can I ask you a question? Now, out of Reu's children, who did the Lord pick? Who did the Lord choose? Most High in Christ, he chose Serug. That's who he chose. You know what I'm talking about? The Lord's going to keep choosing people out of lineages. You got brothers and sisters, but I want him. I like him. You know what I'm talking about? Just like the Lord chose Abel.
Right.
He didn't choose Cain. You know what I mean? The Lord chose Abel. He didn't choose Cain. Hey, and the Christian church would never say this. They would never say this because to them, the Lord loves all. You know what I'm talking about? To us, the Lord only loves Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans because he chose us. You feel me? Well, the Lord's been choosing people since the beginning of time. You feel me? Since he chose Adam, he's been choosing people. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he chose all the angels to create the earth. He was like, hey, you, and you, go do what I said and create the earth. You know what I'm talking about? The Lord has favorite angels.
Yeah.
He got 4 archangels that he chooses above all the other angels to get stuff done.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Michael Gabriel, Uriel, y'all go tell them you know what I mean? I made all y'all and I love all y'all, you feel me? But them right here is my go-getters.
Mm-hmm.
They go get done. You know, you dig what I'm saying?
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? You feel me? I don't think Michael ever disobeyed the Most High. I don't think Satan either. Satan ain't never disobeyed the Most High. Satan does whatever the Most High tells him to do. Yes.
Wait, but have any of none of the angels have disobeyed the Most High?
None of them. They don't.
But those angels do it the best. Like they get it done. Like
all the angels do it the best. He just has, you know what I mean? All the angels are the best. None of the angels disobey the Most High. He just has four that he calls upon. You know what I mean? He's ranking order.
Right.
Well, I'd be like, hey, ranking order, hey, all right, no sweat. Send Michael in here to see me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's funny. Look, the Most High is a real one. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is he. You know what I mean? He's a black man like me. I know he be in there. Like I know he says no cap. You feel me? I know he says no cap. Hey, we finna. Hey, watch how I turn up. Watch how I turn up and make the earth. You know what I mean? You feel me? Go ahead and go do that instead, and make them earthquakes and pestilence and all that come. You feel me? No cap. You know what I'm saying? We finna. You feel me? We finna bring the kingdom of heaven in. No cap. You know, you know what I'm saying? I know that's how the Most High be talking, bro. You feel me? Like, you dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And Sarug lived 30 years and begat Nahor. And Sarug lived after he begat Nahor 200 years and begat sons and daughters.
Wait, I think we read too far. Yeah, you read too far. You want you call y'all to keep on reading the Hebrew so you can get a little bit more practice in?
Yeah, no sweat. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you want to read some more Hebrew, get a little bit more practice in, or y'all want to get up here and get this Hebrew?
I don't, but it's okay. You keep going.
No. You can get up here and get this Hebrew too. I mean,
after he goes for a little longer, so he can practice.
You want to go a little longer and practice some more?
Come
Come on, man. We got you, bro. Come on.
All right, so we've already at verse 21.
Yeah.
All right, so now we go into verse 22. Genesis chapter 11, verse 22 in the Lashon Kodash.
Yes.
Wayachaya
Wayachaya,
Sharawag.
Shayara,
Sharawag.
Shawag,
Shalashim.
Shalashim,
Shana.
Shana,
Wayawalad.
Wayawalad, Ath,
Nachawar. Yeah, Nachawar.
Nachawar,
Verse 23. Wayachaya
Wayachaya,
Sharawag. So like Sharawag.
Shawag,
Acharaya.
Salakia, Achaywa,
Raya.
Raya,
Hawalayadwa.
Hayawalad, Ladwa,
Hawa
Hawa,
Layad.
Hawa, Waladwa, Ath,
Nachawar.
Nachawar,
Ma'athayam.
Ma'atayam,
Shana.
Shana,
Wayawalad.
Wayawalad,
Banyam.
Banyam,
Wabanawath.
Wabanawath,
Verse 24. Wayachaya.
Wayachaya,
Nachawar.
Nachawar,
Thashai.
Thashai,
It's Wa'ishar Yam.
Wa'ashar,
Wa'ishar Yam.
Wa'asharyam,
Shana.
Shana,
Wayawalad.
Wayawalad,
Atha. Tharach.
Tharath,
Verse 25. Wayachaya.
Wayachaya,
Nachawar.
Nachawar,
Acharaya.
Achaya, Slakia,
Acharaya.
Acharaya,
Hawalayalad.
Hawayawalad,
Wala Yalad.
Slakia, Hayawalad,
Hawala
Hawala,
Yalad.
Yalad,
Oh yeah. Oh, all right. Let's keep going. Atha.
Atha,
Tharath.
Tharath,
Thashai.
Thashai,
Aishara.
Asherah,
Shana.
Shana,
Wama'atha.
Wama, Atha,
Shana,
Shana,
Wayawalad,
Wayawalad,
Banyam,
Banyam,
Wabanawath.
Wabanawath.
All right, verse 26. Wayachaya,
Wayachaya,
Tharach,
Tharath,
Shabayam,
Shabayam,
Shana,
Shana,
Wayawalad,
Wayawalad,
Atha,
Atha,
Abarayam,
Abarayam,
Abaram,
Abaram,
Atha,
Atha,
Nachawar,
Nachawar,
What verse we on?
Wa'ath.
Wa'ath.
We're the end of verse 26. Sir.
We're about to go to verse 27.
Haran.
Haran.
All right, verse 27. Wa'alah.
Wa'alah.
Thawalad. It's like a Thawaladath.
Tawaladath.
Yeah. Tharach.
Tharath.
Tharach.
Tharach.
Yeah, it says it twice. Hawalad. It's like a Hawayalad.
Hayawalad.
Hawalayad.
Hawalayad.
Atha.
Atha.
Abaram. Abaram.
Abaram.
Atha.
Atha.
Nachawar.
Nachawar.
Wa'ath.
Wa'ath.
Haran.
Haran.
Waharan.
Waharan.
Hawalayad.
Hawalayad.
Atha.
Atha.
Lawat.
Lawat.
That's an important name right there, Lawat. That's the end of verse 27. We're going through to verse 28, so last verse. Wayamath.
Wayamath.
Haran.
Haran.
Al.
Al.
Panya.
Panya.
Tharach.
Tharah.
Abayam. Hold on. Abayawa.
Abayawa.
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Mawalad. It's like Mawa.
Mawa.
Lada.
Lada.
Thawa.
Mawa lada thawa.
Ba'awar.
Ba'awar.
Kashadyam.
Kashadyam.
Okay. All right. That's the end of verse 28. So now we're going to the English. Go ahead and start at verse 22 in the English.
And Sharug lived 30 years and begat Nahor. And Sharug lived after he begat Nahor 200 years and begat sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 9 and 20 years and begat Terah.
All right. So after Sarug, right? Sarug, my bad. After Sarug, right? Who did the Lord choose?
After Sarug?
Yeah. Out of Sarug's children, who did the Lord choose?
He chose Nahor.
Nahor.
Raise your hand next time out. No, you already had the answer. Go ahead.
And Nahor lived 9 and 20 years and begat Terah. And Nahor lived after he begat Terah.
Stop. Who did, out of Tahor's children, who did the Lord choose?
Terah.
All right. Now, who's Terah? Don't read it. Don't read it.
It's the lineage of Peleg, right?
Yeah, no, he's the lineage of Eber, but who's Terah? I know Ayalawan knows, right? You better know
Come on.
who Terah is. Don't read it. Nobody knows. Oh, you read it. We talking about lineages. I got one. Y'all want me to answer? He's the father of Abraham.
Mhm.
He's Abraham's father. He's Abraham's father. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta if your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you better know their forefathers. You better know their father. You better know Abraham's father, Abraham's grandfather, and Abraham's great grandfather. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's your lineage. You feel me? You know what I mean? You might want to know that there. Where Abraham come from, what house he come from. All right? All right.
Mhm. Keep going.
Let's keep going. My bad. My bad. I just want to throw that little wrench out there. You know what I mean? See, I crossed everybody up.
And Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram,
Yep.
Nahor, and Haran.
Yep. So Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Abram is Abraham. His name's going to be changed, right? And then Nahor and Haran, those are, what would you call it? They're brothers. That's his brothers. You feel me?
Mhm.
So now it's getting into Abraham's brothers. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this must be important about Abraham's brothers, because now the rest of it, they didn't care about the rest of them. Do you know what I mean? The rest of them, if they had a lineage, the name, and it was like, yeah, and then we got sons and daughters. But now he's talking about Terah, and they talk about his Abraham and his brothers. You feel me? So it must be something important. Go ahead.
Now these are the generations of Terah.
Right.
Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran begat Lot.
Right. Okay. So now we know why Haran was important. Because you know who Lot is, right? Lot was running around with Abraham, but yeah, that's because Lot went with Abraham. You feel me? We all know about Lot, right? We don't know the story about Lot. Sodom and Gomorrah, just a little bit, right? But we know that Lot was very important.
Right.
That's why Haran was important, because he wanted to get the lineage of Lot too. The Lord don't leave nothing out.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord is very, 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 very specific. It's Christians that don't want to read it and don't want to understand what's going on. You feel me? You feel me? So now we got lots of lineage all the way back to, you know what I mean? We got lots of lineage too. All right. Keep going. Oh, was that the last verse you read, or what's the last verse you read? 28.
Oh,
okay, let's read 28.
And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, in of the Chaldees.
Right, because that's where they're from, of the Chaldees. Who can I ask y'all a question? Who else is from Mm-hmm.
Jacob.
Who else is from Come on now, he got a whole book in the Bible. Y'all one do you know?
So.
Go ahead. Y'all want to answer.
Actually, you know what? We got somebody in the chat that might be on to something.
What do you say?
Job.
Who is that? Makwada?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Most High in Christ. Huh? Give her a hand. Yeah, Job. Job was from the land of Ur. Remember Job happened sometime in Genesis.
Yeah.
He was an Adamite. Job happened before the flood. Job happened sometime before the flood, right? Yeah, it was before the flood, because he was an Adamite. Job happened before the flood, before Noah. He was from the land of Ur.
He was the one that got everything, and then Lord took it all away to put him through some, trials and everything. He's like, nah, let's play him.
Yeah, he said, "Have you considered my son?" Satan was trying to test people, and the Lord told him, "Have you considered my servant Job?" You know what I mean? So when you go through something, that's how the Lord tests you. The Lord tell you, "Have you considered my servant Capiar? Have you considered my servant Ayurah? Have you considered my servant Yakal Yal?" You know what I'm talking about? That's how the Lord look at us. Have you considered them? Let's see what they made of. I know what they made of. You don't know what they made of. You know what I'm talking about? Like, go ahead, test them. Do it. You know what I'm talking about? Hey. You feel me? The Lord puts us all to test. That's how he makes you find gold. That's how he makes that's how he makes you a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
You do what I'm saying? You couldn't be a soldier and teach the Bible if you never went through anything. If you never go through nothing. You know what I'm talking about? What are you, a Christian pastor? How can you bring up brothers out of drugs and dealing drugs, women out of prostitution, and you know what I mean, out of anything if you don't go through anything? So you can be like, hey, I went through it too. Hey, I did it. You know what I'm talking about? Christ died. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? You can't do it. So the Lord wants you to be an example. You know what I mean? To other brothers, like, I can do it. Right. If you can do it, I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. You feel me? But that's absolutely right, sis. Job was from the land of Ur. Y'all better start reading them books, man. Y'all better start reading them books in the Bible, man. You know what I mean? That's like in the first couple verses. I think it's the first verse. It was a man from Ur named Job. I think.
No, it is.
That's the first verse, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I better start reading that, boy, because a fake Israelite been a fake Israelite way longer than you've been an Israelite. A Christian been a Christian way longer than you've been an Israelite. So they gonna come with some out of this world stuff. They're gonna be like, well, Ruth was a Moabitess, and if you don't know what a Moabitess is, and you don't understand, you know what I mean, you gonna get crossed up. Like you gonna get crossed up like AI did Jordan. You feel me? You don't want to get crossed up. You feel me? So y'all gotta be on top of that. Is that it on 28?
Come on.
All right. With that, Amaja, blow it. Yeah. Blow it. Y'all want to bring it going to war out here. Go on. No. Come to me.
La Yashala.
There you go.
Put it down. Oh, we're supposed to say La Yashala too, right?
Yeah. Okay. That's why he said La Yashala. What does La Yashala mean?
For Israel. So like
You almost had it right. You just didn't know what La means.
La Yashala.
What does Yashala mean?
La Yashala. Reverend.
No.
I know Yashala means Israel.
What does La Yashala mean then?
Israel?
No.
Israel forever?
No. You want to know something? Both of y'all was off yesterday, right? You want to know what's deep? Gadayawan went over it yesterday. Gadayawan went over this yesterday. In the Lashawan Kodash class. I know who's not watching Lashawan Kodash classes. You can exit that way out. Oh, it's to Israel.
To Israel. But I would somehow broke it down. I know Yashala.
So you know Yashala means Israel. So the law means something. Yekayala said for Israel. He just didn't know what the law meant. You know what I'm talking about? Nobody knew what the law meant, but Gadayawan broke it down yesterday in Lashawan Kodash class. I was watching it. What is one in Hebrew? No.
Is that one in Hebrew?
One in Hebrew.
One.
My man Kalkazar broke that down yesterday in Kalim Lashawan Kodash class. I watched 2 Lashawan Kodash classes, but y'all didn't watch not one.
Oh no! Also, the Gadayawan broke that down, but I just don't remember. I gotta study.
Y'all didn't watch not one. See how important your culture is? It's not that important to y'all. Go ahead.
Trooper Kapiyar, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yashala.
Trooper Kapiyar, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yashala.
Yahba Shem Yashabrakata.
Yahweh Shem Yahushabrakata. Come on up here. I don't want to get on y'all, bro, but it be simple stuff. It be simple stuff. Because Gadawan broke it down perfect yesterday, and then Kalkazar went through the numbers yesterday, and I was like, yeah. You feel me? Oh shoot! Oh yeah. Slack.
Before I'm gonna try to learn that. Officer God want me to learn It's a Syrian Hebrew.
Bro, they go over it.
Oh, Syrian Hebrew. Oh,
They go over it in the what's the name? Oh yeah, I got to stand up. Yeah.
Laya Shala.
Laya Shala. Shop you see sit. But they go over the Syrian and all that. They go over the Syrian and the paleo in Lashon Kodash class. You just have to be in that class. You have to actually want to learn it. It's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all boys gonna make me. You know what I mean? Go ahead. We go ahead and start whenever you're ready. I was just telling you how important it is.
What?
Yeah, go ahead. You
Verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like in the Genesis chapter 11, verse 29.
So why?
Why? Oh yeah, like why? Why you quat?
Why you quach?
Why you quat?
Mm-hmm.
Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
Wana Hawar.
Yep.
Laham. Nasham. Or
Nashayam.
Nashayam. This Shem.
Mm-hmm. Sham.
Eshat.
Ashath.
Ashath. Abraham. Sarai.
Sharai.
Sharai.
Mm-hmm.
Washam.
Mm-hmm.
Eseth.
Ashath.
Shath. It's like that is Shath. Shath. Nahor.
Mm-hmm.
Malakath.
Mm-hmm.
Ba.
It's like you started at 29, right?
Bath. Yeah.
Kind of Ba. Ha'aran.
Mm-hmm.
Abai.
Yeah. Abaya.
Abaya. Malakath.
Mm-hmm.
Wa'abai. Yashra.
Yasakar.
Yashaka.
Yeah. Yasakar.
Yasaka.
Right, go
Like
ahead.
sucker, kind of. Yasaka. Okay. Verse 30. Wata.
Wata.
Hai.
Haya.
Haya.
Mm-hmm.
Wata haya. Sha'arai.
Sharaya.
Sharaya. Aquara.
It's Iquara. Yeah.
Iquara. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
N. Or like is it?
Ayan.
Ayan. It's like La'a. Wa'alad. Verse 31. Wayikwai.
Wayakwach.
Wayakwa.
Mm-hmm.
Ta'ara.
Tharak.
Tharas. Like Etha.
Mm-hmm.
Abra.
Mm-hmm.
But now.
But
Now. Sorry. But now. Listen.
Banawa.
Oh.
Right. You want to try to figure it out yourself? Let them, go ahead. Hey.
Because
it's the only time that you look at the Lashon Kodash or try to study it.
Oh, this was.
I don't want to hear. Go ahead and do try to find it. All that is excuses to me.
Oh no, it's not the only time because I was over there just going through these, like reading, like going through and reading it. I was. Remember, I was sitting on the couch. I fell asleep though too.
Go ahead.
Kind of cuz. Oh shoot! I lost some spots. Like
his son.
Oh, his son. What is that?
Lawat.
Lawat.
Mm-hmm.
Ban. Ha'aran. Ban. Ba'anau. Is it?
Banawa.
Banawas. Banawa. What is that? Sha'arai. Sha'arai. Sharia. It's like Sharia.
I need to order some more of those.
Sharia.
Kalathwa.
Ashath. Abiram.
Mm-hmm.
But Banawa.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Waya.
Waya Taza.
Waya
Awa.
Tazawa.
Mm-hmm.
I
Atham.
Atham. Ma'ara.
Ma'awar.
Ma'awar.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'awar. Kasha.
Kashadium.
Kashadium.
Mm-hmm.
Lak.
Lalakath.
Lakath. Hey, what does it mean? It's like, what does it mean when these two things are right there? So you know how this is that one, and then those ones have those different. Or is it just
Just would you just sound them out letter by letter if you need to.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And then as you build the vocabulary, you'll start to pick up on where they join, if there are any joins that aren't at the end.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lalakat.
Lalakath.
Lalakat. Arasha.
No.
You said
Aratazah.
Aratazas, like Aratazas. And the land, yeah. Kana
Kana'ain.
Kana'ain.
Mm-hmm.
Kana'ain. Waya
Salakia.
Waya Ba'awa.
Waya Ba'awa.
Mm-hmm.
Ad.
Haran.
Waya Sha.
Waya Shabawa.
Waya Shabawa.
Mm-hmm.
Sham.
Mm-hmm.
And then verse 32. Waya Hayar. So you see that?
Yeah, pretty much. Just add the wa. Just add the wa at the end of it.
Waya Hayawa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Waya Hayawa.
Yamaya.
Because it's days, right?
Oh no, it's
and
days,
right? Because the haya waha, that's the prefix and the word. You feel me? So it's just not days; it's the days and the days. You know what I mean?
So
and
days. The first phrase says so word.
So word.
That's what he was trying to read right there. Days was the next one.
Okay, my bad.
No sweat.
Verse 32.
Yeah, he on verse 32. All right. Now he on Torah. How you say that?
Tharath.
Remember that. If it's a
Tharath it's connected.
Yeah, because it's connected and it's at the end. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then it's like you go like that. But if it's not connected, it's just like
aha.
Aha.
That's all it is. If it's not connected, go ahead.
Okay. Ha.
Sound this one out. This is letter 5.
Hamash.
There you go.
Hamash.
Shan. Yam.
Shan Yam.
Mm-hmm.
How much is that?
Shan Yam?
Yeah.
Oh, it says years.
Yeah, but
and 200?
Yep. 200. And Kamash is what?
Kamash 5.
So 205 years. 205. That's why what's the name just went over this yesterday.
205.
Kyle, because I just went over these numbers yesterday.
205 years. Oh.
Keep studying.
Staying in class.
Keep going. You're on and 200. Read that.
What? Wamatayam or something. Wamaathiyams like. Wamaathiyam.
Shana.
Okay. Shana. What?
Wayamath.
Ta'ara.
Tharath.
Like.
Mm-hmm.
Tharath. Baharan. Verse. Oh, that's it.
That's the end of the chapter, sir.
That's the end of the chapter.
No, keep going 7 verses. So let's go and get into the next chapter.
So chapter 12, verse 1?
Yeah. Huh. You said what?
All right, Genesis 12 and 1.
Okay. Waya Amar. Yahweh. Al. Abaram. Lak.
This is Lakah.
Lakah. Okay. Yeah. And then
I got some 30.
Ma'arshaka.
Ma'ara.
Ma'ara.
It's
Oh,
like Ma'aratazak.
Ma'aratazak. Oh, it's different. Never mind. That's a big word, but let's sound it out. Wa
Do them one at a time.
wa ma
Wama.
ma
Mawa.
wa la
Lada.
lada
Thak.
thak.
Now put it all together.
Wa ma la. Whoa, hold on, that's a big word.
Wama.
Wa ma
Mawa.
wa
Lada thak.
lada thak.
Go ahead.
Wa ma lada thak. Is that
Wama lada thak.
wa ma
Some of those might be joined, but I can't tell. Go ahead.
wa ma lada thak. Wa ma lada thak. Like that?
Mhm.
That is very hard. Okay.
Find out what it is.
Wa Mabayath.
Wa ma bayath.
Mhm.
Abay abayka.
Find out what link you are.
No, this is abayka. Alright.
Abayak.
Abayak.
Mhm.
'Cause I'm sure some
Ow.
places in those cities
Abayak.
have-
Okay. Oh.
You know what I mean?
Ha'arataza. Aishar.
Commons are probably good.
Ara. I
Ara'ak.
Araak.
Mhm.
And verse 2. Wa'ash
Wa'a.
ish ish
Wa'a Aishak.
Wa'aishak.
Mhm.
La'aw
Lag-
lagaw.
Lagalia.
Lagawya.
Mhm.
Gada'aw.
Gadawal.
Gadawaw.
Mhm.
Wa'abaraka. Rabba. What?
That's a tricky one right there. I like that example.
Oh.
Because why? Sound them out one at a time.
Wa'a
Wa'aba. Raka.
raka.
Those are two K's. But
Oh.
one of them's at the end of the letter or of the word, and that's why it looks like that. You have to keep in mind that's what a K looks like at the end. We've been using that over the past few verses. You see the K at the end.
Mhm.
Now put it together again.
Wa'baraka.
Wa ba. It's like it. Wa ba raka.
Wa'abaraka.
Mhm.
Wa'abaraka.
Mhm.
Wa'agad.
Wa agad.
Dala.
Gadalha.
It's like you say that again.
Wa gadalha.
Waga. It's like
Adal.
Wa'agadalha. Okay.
You see how the L has that swoop behind it that joins it with the previous letter?
Oh yeah.
That's one way you can tell if it's joined. So dal ha. That's why it ends like that. Read it again.
Wa'agadalha.
Gadalha. Yeah, there you go.
Agadalha.
Hey, go ahead.
Shamak.
Shamak.
Shamak. Wayaha. Or waya.
Waha.
Waha.
Yaha.
Yaha. Waha. Yaha.
Keep going.
Baraka.
Baraka.
And then verse. Oh, are we doing that one?
Verse 3. Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
We're going to go through 7 verses.
Okay, go. Wa'abaraka.
Mhm.
And then Ma Baraka. Whoa. Is it like Ma Baraka?
Mabarakayak.
Ma
Mabarakayak.
Baraka.
There you go. Keep going.
Damn, imagine having a name like that. Wa Ma Kwalaka.
Wa ma kwa lalak.
Wa Ma Kwa Lalak.
Keep going.
Ara. One. Wa
na barak wa.
Wana Barakwa.
The base word in that is blessed, but it has some stuff joining it with some else. It says and shall be blessed. That's why it's adding at the beginning and end of the word.
Okay.
So wa na barak wa.
Rana. So Rana or
so like a wa na.
Oh, Wana.
Barakwa.
Barakwa.
Go ahead.
Baka.
Mm-hmm.
Cow.
Mm-hmm.
Mashapahat.
Mashapa. Ha.
Oh, Mashapahat. Oh yeah, I
Mhm.
see it. That's a connector. Ha'ad.
Ha'adama.
Ha'adama.
There you go. Verse 4.
Oh, the last one or
Nah, keep going.
okay. Wayalak.
Wayalak.
Wayalaks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Abaram.
Mm-hmm.
Ka'ashar.
Ka'ashar. There you go.
Debar.
The bar.
Debar. Allah.
Allah Yahweh.
Allah.
Allah Yahweh.
Allah. I don't know if I can say that.
Allah Yahweh.
Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Allah Yahweh.
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 I put those two words together. I can tell you, Allah Yahweh. Yahweh.
Allah Yahweh. Yahweh.
Allah flows like that. Keep going.
Wayalak.
Wayalak.
Wayalaks. Like Ital. Ital. Thawa.
Yeah, Athawa.
Atawa.
Go ahead.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Wa
Abaram.
Abaram. Ban. Hamash.
There you go.
Shanyam. What? Washabayam. Shanaga. Shana.
Bataza
Athwa.
There you go.
Bataza Athwa. Maharan.
There you go.
Maharan. Baharan.
Verse 5. We keep going. We're gonna go through verse 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Use that.
Hey, look. I'm whatever officer y'all want.
No, that's what you said.
No, I said keep going to 7 verses. But
oh.
But no, you want to go to 7? Hey, you want to go to 7 verses? Go ahead. That way we can keep sevens. You know what I mean?
We want to throw it off.
On the sevens.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Keep going.
Why you kwa? Abaram. Etta. Sha'arai. Shariah. Aitawa. Aishatawa. What etta? La what? Ban. Ahawa.
Try to pronounce them a little bit more strong.
Like
when you're confident in it.
Okay. Ahawa. That's how you say it?
Brother. Yahweh.
Akyawa. Okay. Akyawa. What is that? Cow. Rakasha. Washam. Ashar. Rakasha. Or it's not the same one. It's like Rakashawa. What is that? Hanapash.
There you go.
Ashar. Aishawa. Baharan. Waya sha'a. Waya taza'awa. Lalaka. Aisha'a. Arataza. Kana'ain. Waya ba'awa. Waya ba'awa. Arataza. Kana'an.
Verse 6.
Waya abar. Aram. Abaram. Ba'arataza. Ad. Id. It's like Makwawam. Shakam.
There you go.
Id. Alawan. Mawarash.
Mawara.
Mawara. Wahak. Na'ain.
Think about it, because kind of Ain is what Canaanite is, right?
Okay.
Waha Ain.
Wahakana Aina.
Yeah. Waha Ainya. Waha Ain. Yeah.
Wahakana Ainya.
Mm-hmm.
Wahakana Ain.
Azah. It might be Oz, but I think it's Azah. Go ahead.
Ba'arataza. Would it be Azah or Eyes because it's like got a little connector on it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oz. It might be Oz.
Oz.
Ba'arataza.
Oh, it's Ba'arataza. And then verse 7.
Yeah, verse 7.
Wayara. Yahweh. Al. Abaram. Wayamar. Lazar Akah.
Lazar Ra'ai
Ka. Lazar Araika. Atawa. Eta. Ha'arataza. Haza'ath. Wayaban. Sham. Mazaba'ah.
Yep,
Mazaba'ah. Yahweh.
La Yahweh.
La Yahweh?
Yeah, it says, remember how we say La Yasha'Allah?
Kind
It says La Yahweh, so to the Most High.
Oh, La Yahweh.
You know?
Kind of. Hana Ra'ah. Allah.
It's Allah Yahweh.
Allah Yahweh.
Brother hand.
Allah Yahweh.
That's how important it is to learn the letters, because you could sound out the words if you just know the letters, and then it starts to flow. Some words you start to recognize, like out of the words we use today, which one remember? Wayalad, right? Begat, right? What other words can we remember? Some of the numbers, right?
Wayahaya. Well, we ain't got to priest yet. But when we get to priest, you're gonna see, because it's something for the priest all the time. You feel me? So you're gonna learn. You know what I mean? You're gonna learn a lot of words, but we're not there yet. Priest ain't even thought about yet.
Yeah.
Until
bringing a priest hasn't even been thought about yet in the Bible right now. We still working on lineages and who everybody come from and shit, like things like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Let's go ahead.
In English.
Yep, in English.
Okay, so we was all the way at. Which one was it on? Did we start at? We started at like.
Louisiana.
All right.
Where did we start at?
Well, there was like 3 verses at the end of chapter 11.
28.
Yeah. There it is. Yep. 28.
Oh, okay.
28 or 29 or something like that.
No, it was 28.
Okay. Verse 28. And Haran died before his father Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity. Nativities. Like, what does that mean?
That's 28.
Kind of concept.
Land of nativity.
Kind of concept.
Where he's native to.
Oh, okay. Kind of.
Like where he's from.
Okay, kind of.
Like where you native from?
Israel.
Never been to Israel.
Well, I mean, I'm actually from Michigan.
All right,
because I was born. I see what you mean. Where I was born.
Israel. Yeah, never been to Israel.
That's where we all come from. Like.
That's just his land of nativity. That's just where he's from.
Also, where he was born. Okay.
You feel me?
Kind of.
That's where he's from. Go ahead.
Okay. And you're of the, and you, we'll just say you are.
Can I say
Yeah.
something?
Mhm.
You're not
Yeah.
Israel. You're not Israelite because you were born in Israel. You're
Yeah,
Israelite
that's
because that's the people of.
That's your.
You're an
Word.
Israelite because you come from Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, and one of those 12 sons of Israel. That's why you're Israel. And the Lord just gave you an inheritance, which is law, statutes, and commandments, and an inheritance of the land of milk and honey. You know what I mean?
Kind of.
So you're not. When I mentioned Ruth earlier, Ruth was from Moab, but she was an Israelite.
Right, exactly.
She was just living in Moab. She's from Moab, living in the plains of Moab. She didn't live in Israel. She lived in Moab, but she was an Israelite. Y'all dig what I'm saying?
Right.
All right.
It doesn't matter where you're from. It just matters.
It don't matter where you're from. It matters what bloodline you come from.
Bloodline.
You know what I'm talking about? Like Africans live in America. You know what I'm talking about? Does that make them any less African?
La.
Nope.
Does it make a Nigerian any less Nigerian being born in America? Does that make him any less Nigerian? No. You feel me? Like that's what I'm saying. Like keep going on.
And you're of the Chaldees. It's like of the Chaldees.
All right, go ahead.
What is Just or like error? Like
no, is just a land.
Oh,
it's a land. You know what I mean? Is a city of the Chaldees.
Oh, the Chaldees people.
Go ahead.
Verse 29. And Abram and Nahor took them wives, and name of Abram's wife was the name of Abram's wife was Sarai. It's like Sarai. And the name of Nahor's wife Milcah, the daughter of Haran.
Okay.
The father of Milcah, and the father of Issachar.
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 Like Issachar. It's not Issachar though. It's Issachar.
Issachar. Okay.
Just like when it was in Hebrew, it's like Yashka. You feel me? It's not Yashakar, but it's Yashka. You understand that?
Kind of. Okay, that's kind of close. Verse 30. But
so what we're talking about here now is giving the wives, and it's giving the wives and lineages and things like that of who's who, whose wife is who, and Lot, and you know what I mean. So now it's starting to give the characters of the story.
Right.
Now you're starting to get the characters of the story of who's who and where, what's what. You know what I'm talking about? But now we know that they left. Okay? Yeah, go ahead. Keep going. My bad. I'm jumping the story. Go ahead.
Can I say? But verse 30. But Sarai was barren. She had no children.
Yeah, no child.
No child. It's like
right. So Sarai was barren. She couldn't have babies. Let's say that she wasn't able to produce babies and stuff like that. We see a lot of that in women today. Can't produce a baby. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 31. And Terah took Abram. It's like a Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran.
Right.
His son's son.
Right. So he took Abraham. He took Lot, which is his grandson. Go ahead.
And Sarai, his daughter-in-law.
All right. So that's Abraham's wife. Go ahead.
His son, Abraham's wife. And they went forth with them from Ur to the of the Chaldees.
Right. So now they're leaving Ur. They're leaving the land of nativity. You know what I'm talking about? They're leaving their land where they was born in, where they're from. Go ahead.
To go into the land of Canaan.
Go ahead.
And they came out. And they came unto Haran.
Haran is a city that's in Canaan. Go ahead.
And dwelt there.
And they dwelt there. That's where they was at. You know what I'm talking about? They started living there. Go ahead.
Verse 32. In the days of Terah, right?
Yeah.
Were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran.
Right. So now Abraham's daddy dead.
Oh,
Took him to the land of Canaan, you know what I'm talking about, and died in Haran.
Mhm.
He died there. And, you know what I mean? Hey, niggas die every day, B. But that's just a come on now. Niggas die every day, B. But that's just he died because of old age. You know what I'm talking about? He lived a long time.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? He did all he needed to do. Hell.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? He did all he needed to do. He raised his children, brought them out of the land of brought them to the land of Canaan. He did it. He had an eventful and full life.
Yeah.
You feel me? Pretty sure you taught him how to hunt, how to live, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? How many brothers these days don't live to 25 and can't, you know what I mean? And can't teach their kids anything. All right. Go ahead.
Can I answer?
Genesis 12.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 12, verse 1. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Go, or it's like, get thee out of thy country and from thine kindred and from thy father's house.
Right. So now he says, get out your country, go out your country, go out from thy kindred and from thy father's house. Go ahead.
Unto a land that I will show thee.
Right. So now he's telling you, leave your father. He's telling him, get up, go gird your loins, leave your father's house. You know what I'm talking about? And go make something of yourself. I'm going to lead you. I'm going to show you. But you know what I mean? It's time to pick up and stand on your own too. It's time for you to be a man and stand on your own too and do your thing. You know what I mean? But you're the one I'm choosing. Out of all your brothers, you're the one I'm choosing. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead.
Kind of concept. Verse 2. And I will make of thee a great nation.
You gonna do what?
I will make of thee a great nation.
Right. Is that plural or is that singular?
Singular.
It's singular, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna make out of him a great nation, right?
Great nation.
How many nations came out of Abraham?
One.
Well,
Was one? It was
what? Yeah.
two. Maybe?
Abraham is. Keep reading.
Kind of say.
Oh,
are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
It's like many nations come out of Abraham.
Many nations came out of Abraham. I didn't say many. You know what I'm talking about? Because he had many children.
Oh, you talking about? Okay, I see what you mean.
Abraham had plenty of children. Abraham just didn't have Isaac, and he had plenty. What's his name? Arabs. What's their name? Ishmaelites.
Mm-hmm.
Ishmaelites come out of it. Midianites come out of Abraham. Abraham is the father of many nations. He has a lot of nations. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of children. Go ahead.
Kind of. Verse 2.
But why does it say nation? A great nation.
Because he's talking about different nations of people.
Anybody else? If he said if Abraham had many nations come out of him, why does it say great nation? I'll make you the father of a great nation.
Oh,
Because
put your hand down.
The Lord is only dealing with one nation.
Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. That's why. Get that brother a hand. Get that brother a hand because the Lord's only dealing with one nation that came out of Abraham. He's not dealing with all those nations that came out of Abraham. He's I'll make thee a great nation. He's only talking about the nation of Israel. We're the only nation that's great. I don't know what else to tell. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And I will make thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing.
All right, stop. He said he's gonna make thy name great, right? Everybody on the planet knows who Abraham is. Everybody on the planet knows who Abraham is, right? Everybody on the planet try to chase their lineage back to Abraham, and you know what I mean? Everybody tries to do it. Everybody. They even call it Abrahamic faiths. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Abrahamic faith. You know what I'm talking about? Christians do it. Muslims do it. The fake Jews do it. Judaism. They all try to chase it back to Abraham, to Abraham, the Abrahamic faith. I don't know what they're talking about. They make up names for everything, bro. Go ahead.
Verse 3. and I will bless them that bless thee.
He said what?
I will bless them that bless thee.
He's gonna bless the people that bless Abraham. So if you all right with Abraham, the Lord's gonna be all right with you. Go ahead.
And curse him that curseth thee.
But you want to play with Abraham and do things to him and shit like that. The Lord is gonna see you. You feel me? You want to curse Abraham, the Lord's gonna curse you too. That's how much Abraham loves. I mean, that's how much the Lord loves Abraham. The Lord is messing with Abraham. He mess with Abraham. He do. You know what I'm talking about? He's with Abraham. Go ahead.
And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 4.
Oh. Understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody understand that? Everybody understand that?
No.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Meaning all like his.
If you're not gonna answer, raise your hand, Doc.
Okay.
Oh.
It's circumstantial. If they treat Abraham with respect, then they would get, I'm going to say, and they bless Abraham, they too will be blessed. But if they don't, if they curse Abraham, they're going to be cursed. It's all a matter of how they treat Abraham.
Right. All right. Anybody else?
Like people down his family are gonna all be blessed. Like kind of like his what do you call it?
It says, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed.
Oh yeah, that's what he was saying pretty much is.
Are y'all want to take a stab at it?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
Because the children of Israel are going to rule the planet. That's going to benefit the planet.
Give that brother a hand. Give that brother a hand. You know what I'm talking about? All right. You feel me? Go ahead. Let's keep reading.
Kind of constant. Verse 4. So Abraham departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him.
Right. So Abraham departed. Abraham left. Abraham was like, shit, the Lord told me to move around. You feel me? I'm gonna move around. And then you know who went with him? Lot went with him. His brother's son went with him. His nephew went with him. He's like, shit, I'm gonna go with you, Unc.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Y'all got uncles that y'all just, you know what I mean, more close to your uncle than it is your father. No, you ain't got an older cousin or something that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That your cousin come through, like, hey, what up, cousin? You know, tomorrow, like, hey, I'm gonna go with him. You feel me?
Right.
No. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like, what about you? Like, you feel me? What about you? Me, huh?
You're kind of friendly.
Yeah, so most high in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know you are y'all the one. Go ahead, keep going.
Kind of concept. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran.
He was 75 when he departed out of Haran, and he still got to go all over, fight the kings and war, and you know, Abraham 75. He got a long life to live. Still, you know, so he a baby. Go ahead.
Kind of concept. Verse 5. And Abram took Sarai, his wife, and Lot, his brother's son, and all their substances. It's like all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran.
Right. So people want to serve Abraham. I always talking about the souls that he got in Haran. People want to serve him because the Lord is with him. When the Lord is with you, people want to serve you. People want to be with you. Like, hey, bro, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you're doing, but the Lord is working with you somehow. So I'm gonna work with you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Go ahead.
And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan.
Right.
And into the land of Canaan they came.
Right.
Verse 6. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Sikkim, unto the plain of Moreh. And the Canaanite was then in the land.
Right? And the Canaanite was already in the land. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Canaanites was already there. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
We reading verse 7, right?
All
right, go ahead.
Verse 7. And the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, unto thy seed will I give this land.
He said what?
Unto thy seed will I give this land.
Unto your children I will give this land. Did Abraham's children get the land of Canaan? Did it?
It's like it though.
They didn't get the land of Canaan until years and years and years later. They didn't get the land of Canaan until after the first 5 books of Moses. They got the land of Canaan with Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
They really got the land of Canaan with King David. That's when they got the land of Canaan.
Right.
That's when they got the land of Canaan. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when they fully got the land of Canaan. You know what I mean? So we gotta stop thinking so carnal about it and think spiritual. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
Can I answer? And there builded he an altar unto the Lord,
Right.
who appeared unto him.
Right. So now you built the altar unto the Lord. Right? Because the Lord appeared to him. You know what I mean? Like the Lord came and was dealing with Abraham, bro. The Lord was dealing with Abraham. Imagine one day you sitting in the crib. You know what I'm talking about? You was sitting in the crib and the Lord was like, hey, you know what I'm talking about? Turn on the TV. You turn on TV and see Commanding General Yohana and it was like, go with them. Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, snap. You know what I'm talking about? Like just a voice in your head, go with them. You don't have to turn on the TV. Go with them. Oh, snap. Mission to Acuna.
Right, let's go.
Some told you to go with us, right? Some told you to call them, and you got.
Right.
You feel me? You too, right? Some told you to, you know what I mean? Because you was introduced to other Israelite groups, but the fake Israelite groups. But then they told you to go with the I.S.U.P.K. Because the Lord wanted you. You could have been with them other groups. You could have stayed with. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be Capoyar though, and the Lord wouldn't be with you. Right? Ain't that right, Ayala?
Right.
You know what I mean? But and it's gonna start getting real with Abraham. Like it's gonna start. It's gonna go down. He's gonna start preparing Abraham to be a great man on the earth. You know what I mean? Like just like he did Adam. You do what I'm saying?
Okay.
But first, sometimes you gotta leave your father's land. Sometimes you gotta leave your father's house and struggle and you know what I mean, and give it to the Most High and let the Most High make you. What would you call it? Let the Most High mold you into a great man.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll never be a great man depending on your father.
That's right.
You dig what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta leave your father's house. You gotta dip out. Hey, his dad was dead. But he was still trying to stay around his daddy and his family. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Go out and get your own. You know what I'm talking about? Most I said, go out and get your. I'm gonna give you the land. You know what I mean? Then he got to the land and he was like, I'm gonna give this land to your seed. Your children's gonna get this land. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's what the Lord does, man. The Lord separates people, chooses people. He separated you from everybody in Odessa. Separated you from everybody in Amarillo.
Mm-hmm.
Separated you from everybody. I don't know where you from. No, he didn't separate everybody. Atlanta got a big facility. Atlanta got a lot of niggas up there. We separated you from your family. Separated you from your family. Separated you from your family. Separated you from your. You know what I mean? Separated me from my family.
He was the only one in San Antonio.
I'm sure he was looking at. Just be quiet, huh?
It's like okay.
And you know what I mean? Like separate everybody from their families so we can all come together and be family. You know what I'm talking about? I wouldn't know you without the Lord. 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 Abraham wouldn't know a lot of people without the Lord. You know what I mean?
Right.
So sometimes we gotta take that separation from our family and look at the blessings of it. You feel me? You dig what I'm saying? Because there's a blessing in that. There's a blessing in that. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Now I got brothers. You feel me? I got brothers I can lean on for anything. You feel me? Especially everything that I was just going through. I leaned on y'all for everything. You dig what I'm saying? And we got through that. Just like we're gonna get through all your trials. We're gonna get through all your trials. Everything you going through, we're gonna get through. You too, y'all on everything you go through, we're gonna get through it together.
Damn right.
That's why we're here. That's why the I.S.U.P.K is here. So we have brotherhood class. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's what we do. You know what I mean? Other camps, big Israelite groups don't have brotherhood class. A whole class of brotherhood. That's why they be in there having sex with everybody's wife, each other's wives and stuff like that. The generals be trying to mess with the sisters, with the brothers' wives. You know what I mean? What woman is not going to go for the higher ranking man? You know what I'm talking about? If he's telling people what to do, you do what I'm saying? What woman's not gonna be like, who? He got power, he in charge. Now the generals in the other schools in the fake Israelite groups is going to use that power to mess with your wife.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? That's why you got the Barakatah Yahweh Shai for Command General Yohana and I.S.U.P.K, because that doesn't happen here. You feel me? Before you even try to talk to a woman, you got to go to their camp leader to make sure they're not courting someone, or you know what I mean?
Right.
And that goes for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You do what I'm saying? Because the last thing I want to do as a brother is mess with somebody else's wife. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the last thing I want to do. You feel me? Just if I look at my brother's wife as my sister, shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you feel me? You dig what I'm saying? You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that, we can imagine.
Are we not reading the other ones?
What do you mean?
Oh, we finished now.
Yeah, mark it. He want a class all day. You want a class all day?
Well, we left at 8, but
You want a class all day? What you want to do? You sure you don't want class all day? We can class all day if you want. You want a class all day? You want to be in class all day?
can we even do that?
He gets on my nerves. Blow the horn.
Come on.
Laya Shala. What does Laya Shala mean?
For Israel.
To Israel.
Two Israel. Slacking. Two Israel. It's a lock you.
I forget. It says his attention span.
It's like two Israel.
Help me out with this. How y'all want?
Two Israel.
Yeah, two Israel.
Two Israel. So lie means two.
Oh,
and then
Slakia. That we. Yeah, that's right. We got a bless.
Don't worry, y'all. I'll pick it up. You know what I'm talking about? Don't worry about y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Just deal with every week. No.
oh, so I do this.
No. What y'all doing?
Oh, Slakia. All right. Amadim. Sar. Turn to face the east. Yapan Yahakadam.
I'm gonna hug it down. Face easy.
All right, we're gonna finish up with the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Haya. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwithka. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Haya. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Haya.
Haya.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Lathanlanawa.
Lathanlanawa.
Lacham.
Lakam.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalachlanawa.
Wasalachnawa.
Kababwathnawa.
Kabawachnawa.
Kasalachnawa.
Kasalachnawa.
Kababwathiyanawa.
Kabawathiyanawa.
Wala'a.
Walaha.
Tabiya'a-nawa.
Tabiya'a-nawa.
Banasaya-1.
Banasaya-1.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashai-nawa.
Hayashai-nawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wa'ala.
Walaha.
Watapara.
Watapara.
La'aiwalamyam.
La'alamyam.
Aman.
Aman. Now we're gonna do the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Blow one more time. Y'all pick them chairs up. We're gonna salute the Torah.
That's what?
Yeah, it's Torah. What the fuck, bro? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakya.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakia.
All right, cool. Gotta fix the camera. Okay. There you go. No, a little bit to me. A little bit to me. Don't move it over like that. Twist it. I got it.
There you go. Twist it towards you again. There you go. It's perfect. Scoot this way a little bit.
Yeah, it's perfect. All right, now we're gonna do one courtesy salute to blow one more time. My bad.
I swear.
No, y'all don't want. All right, now we're gonna give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Imajim, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakia.
Yadam Matah, me hands down. Now we're gonna start turning faces sisters. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Imajim, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Adam Hashem Yahushua.
Yadam Matah, hands down. Class dismissed.